you fabulous folk that are here for a bit of spiritual giftings, if I may crib from our co-host. We are so thrilled to have you here, spiritually uplifted and edified by your mere presence. Welcome to the Disinformed Podcast presents the Hogwarts School of Prayer and
Miraculous.
Thank you. I'm Shane.
I'm John.
I'm Michael.
And I'm Courtney.
Yeah.
We are thrilled to have you all back for another soul-stirring edition and another chilling chapter. So, is everyone prepared?
I think so. This is going to be probably overall a better story than Cujo.
You'd hope.
Big oof.
Also,
Goodness.
do we just want to address that Courtney's basically on the show now until the end?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
we'll
you
get
just
there.
did.
Yeah, there you go.
I do have a slight moment of preamble, but for those of you who are completely uninitiated, who stumbled in here out of the ungodly dark and are just being exposed to the light of the Lord for the very first time, we host a weekly podcast called the Disinformed Podcast and have in the past done other fan fiction reads, the first being My Immortal. Save me from banality. And you can find that over at Bandcamp right now if you're so inclined. There's links down below with a slew of other things that Michael will chat about later on. But if you are enjoying what you hear on this little installment, then you can also find all of the previous chapters in a playlist, which are also linked below. So you can follow the entire story as it unravels and see this nonsense from its inception. But I think John has something that he also likes to give us as a bit of a preamble or a warning for those of you who are expecting outstanding audio quality.
Gang,
Been a while.
if you're a voice actor, raise your hands. If you've done voice acting, raise your hands. There we go. Oh, or your aha. Okay.
Cheers
perfect.
with a Shane
Yeah,
Weiser.
we don't do this for a living. We don't get paid. And if track records show anything, we won't get paid. So
Why do you have to remind me of that?
Well, we
yeah,
do
we
have
do cold
hundreds of
reads.
thousands of listeners every single week.
Oh,
and
that's right.
No one can prove otherwise.
Well, YouTube hasn't caught on yet, but yeah, analytically, all over the globe, we are a phenomena.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we do cold reads. We don't really prep because I'm lazy, and Michael is lazy in the way that he doesn't know how to do anything with his voice other than just sound like Mulder over here. So,
And Courtney was not given the documents until 10 minutes before we rolled. So, you know,
but Courtney,
preparation.
you were a thespian, right? You said that you've actually.
I thought she was married.
Don't tell
You can-
Jonah. That's why he has John on the side.
You can be
Okay.
both.
I didn't realize it was legal in this state. That's all I was trying to clarify. I'm
Hey, we're
sorry.
blue now,
Days,
baby.
Tasty-fi. Okay. Let's get into this nonsense. We are going to dive into what is now chapter 8, which is entitled Refreshing Honesty? ? Hello, friends. Things have finally calmed down a bit here at Fort Parson. By the way, I realized last week I said it's my home, but apparently that's her last name, and it's her cute little fun familial sort of coven she's created. And I am so excited to share with you all another new chapter. One thing I would like to talk about, though, many people have been calling me a misogynist. Now, that means woman hater for those of you who are monosyllabic knuckle draggers like my husband. Friends, I do not hate women. I am a woman. On television.
Prove it. Yeah.
I play one on TV. Now, what is it I have done to have people calling me this?
We should call Sam. She'll say it.
Well, apparently it is saying that women are loving and nurturing and good. Right. How hateful. I am just a big old mean bigot, huh? Wait, wrong? That is not a bigoted thing to say at all. Now, it is certainly true that what is written in the Bible about women was used as an excuse to actually be hateful to women. And that is terrible. And there are some people out there who think all women are stupid or less than men. Friends, this is not what I believe at all. I believe that women have special gifts that are no less than men. In fact, I think that if womanly virtues were respected more, the world would be a much better place to live. Any of those so-called Christians who hate women and think women are stupid and worth less than men and that God doesn't respect us, well, they will all get a very serious talking to from a certain housewife.
Also, Michael, real quick, not to break this stream of consciousness, if you don't stop scrolling down with your keyboard,
I'm not.
oh, who's doing the keyboard?
I'm the one reading, son. I need
Oh
to
my
see what I'm
God,
doing.
okay.
But now I
Same.
want to just to bother John.
Okay, sorry.
Listen, Captain Jewel
I'm
Monitor,
good.
I know
I'm
you
good.
got a lot of heavy lifting to do to just sit there with your cocksucker just agape the entire time we're recording this. But I actually need to read this nonsense. So
I thought
I'm
it was
scrolling.
Michael. I was trying to protect you, Daddy. It's not my daddy.
Sorry, I didn't mean to get harsh there.
Yeah, you're good. I'm trying to look
He's
out
not
for
upset.
you.
He's just
You got me
disappointed.
talking politics.
I'm just gonna lay right here against the side of this carriage and let the rhythm rock me to sleep. Now, does that
And-
sound misogynist to you? Mm-mm. Got this straight from my Ultimate Warrior Thucker. All right. Now, on to the chapter proper. For those of you who could sit through the preamble. But no, she does not hate women at all. They're very empowered by this.
No, as long as they stay in their little box and they ask to be let out, and then they do exactly what they're told to do while they're out of their box, because being out of your box is a privilege, not a right. And she understands that because she's read the Bible.
And you gotta clean up those plates that the Lord managed to magically manifest manna onto. That's
Say
your
that
role.
5 times fast, yeah.
Magically manifest manna. Yes, that is a tripping tale. Stop touching things.
Oh no.
Wait, did one of you log into the account?
I'm gonna kill
Nope,
myself
I
on
swear
live
I-
camera.
Do it for the views.
And we'll finally have money from this, John, if you would
You don't have to
Be so
pause.
kind.
The only way that his wife's gonna profit on his death, I assure you. So
Hey, that is
royalty.
true. We make jokes, but this is true. Yeah.
It is known. All right. Here we are, chapter 8. Harry Potter walked nervously over to the table of Mr. Snape. The other little ones wearing red and yellow hats did the same. Mr. Snape silently stood up, and he motioned with his head for the boys and girls to follow him. And he sauntered out of the great hall. He led them to a small classroom with a few desks in it. He silently motioned for the little ones to sit down at the desks. They did. He stood up at the blackboard in front of them,
Welcome to Hogwarts School of Prayer and Miracles.
greeted the older but still handsome in a dignified, rugged way, amicably. The little ones all sat in respectful attention.
So you all have chosen the Gryffindor hat?
Mr. Snape queried, and he raised his eyebrow.
Yes,
Mr. Snape.
That was great, guys. Good job.
I did it.
Yes, Mr. Snape.
Yes, Mr. Snape.
Yes, Mr. Snape.
Yes, Mr. Snape. Did she say it? Chorused all of the students together.
Well,
Mr. Snape said, and he drew his tall, strapping form up to its full, impressive height.
Is it just me, or does she want to bang Alan Rickman?
So
Real
hard.
bad.
Who doesn't?
Even as he's dead.
Oh, well, then if it's Michael's Uber,
Michael's
might
more
as-
interested now. Yeah.
Yeah.
She could get part of him to rise in 3 days.
It's
I
like
can
she was
guarantee it.
here. It was
Yeah, I was
like she
gonna
was here for the recording.
We
for the
just talked
episode.
about this, and the episode's already out now, but you didn't know that. That's great.
She's
My-
got ESPN.
My best
Yeah.
friend fucked a guy in the bathroom.
He's breaking the barrier. Look at this guy.
Don't even care, man. I'm so done with this nonsense.
I would like to say that your choosing will make you happy, or that your lives will be easy, but I will not lie. There are dark forces in the world, and they do not like Christians. When I say Christians, I mean Gryffindor hats. They love Hufflepuff hats because the Hufflepuff hats believe everything these people say and slap the label Christian onto that philosophy. And so the Hufflepuff hats make it easier. The Ravenclaw hats, these people claim not to like, but then they pretend that the Ravenclaw hats' extremism applies to all Christians. So the Ravenclaw hats help them.
Harry frowned confusedly, like all three of us.
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
Harry frowned confusedly. After the Reverend's After the Reverend's acceptance of all the hats, he wondered why Mr. Snape was addressing things so directly. He found Mr. Snape's honesty refreshing, but he also wondered, was the honesty also combined with the hate for others that he had seen in Draco's hat? He had thought the other hats were wrong, but he did not want Mr. Snape to hate them for being wrong. He wanted to help them.
And then, of course, is the Slytherin hats. The Slytherin hats will tell you that we are all on the same side because they agree with Gryffindor hats on some things. But do not be fooled. Their leader is working with Voldemort.
Excuse me, it's Voldemort.
Sorry. Should we re-record that?
Yeah,
Do that line again?
Volfimort.
Their leader is working with Voldemort.
And Voldemort has him bondage. A shocked, horrified gasp echoed throughout the classroom. Harry slapped his hands over his mouth in an attempt to contain his horror, but he was still shocked. His new friend not only worshipped a goddess, but he was also now in cahoots with Voldemort. The little ones all gasped again. This time, they were even more horrified. From the back of the room, a clean-cut, respectably dressed young boy
Or woman.
raised its hand.
But what about the Constitution?
Already better than Michael.
Duh.
Dean Thomas questioned articulately.
Doesn't he care about the First Amendment?
Mr. Snape shook his head sadly.
Yes, his accent's shit.
I'm afraid not. And Voldemort is working through it. And Voldemort is working through him and using them all. Before long, all our freedoms will be gone.
Can I just take a moment and editorialize as to why your chosen choice of character is always
Just
the
a high pitched
falsetto?
voice. Yeah.
That's the only thing I know how to do, okay?
Okay, so let's piggyback, Shane. You transcribe all of this and you put you have the most time with this material. We have the least amount of time. You could come
Do you think
conceivably
I practice this?
You could.
if I was
though.
the person making the
I
script, I would
should.
give myself I would play to my own strength. So I'd be like, I know that my shit is solid.
No.
He doesn't like money, John.
Why do you think I still work at a pizza joint?
All right. I wanted to point out the obvious that you have managed to try to force your voice into a higher octave than Courtney's.
Yeah.
Just for giggles. And
It's that whole waiting for the balls to drop thing still. It's where he's at.
okay.
That was my main character for my Immortal, so
yeah, it actually you are playing Darkness Dimension Ravenway right
yes.
now. But as Snape.
Ebony Snape.
yes.
All right.
Anyway, home stretch.
All right. Dean Thomas raised his hand again, or her hand again, or its hand again, or their hand again. I don't care which one it is. I'm just reading a script. And queried coherently.
But why does Voldemort hate Christians so much?
No one knows.
Mr. Snape responded tentatively.
However, he is on the move, and he is gaining power, and we Gryffindor hats may be the only ones capable of stopping him.
So he's Aslan now. Harry was nervous, but he clenched his fist determinedly. He was scared, but he was ready to face this evil. And that, friends and listeners, is the end of chapter 8.
Yeah, I like how Michael wrote that Harry had lines in this. And I could have just it's all right.
I guess you didn't. Huh.
Looks like someone conveniently wrote me out of the script.
For the
Because I
best.
talk back too much.
Hey, you were part of all the students. That was Harry. Harry spoke at that line.
You're a Harry wizard.
Only if she says you are. If she can see it poking through your clothing at all times, apparently.
I am her envy of Alan Rickman's genitals. That's who I am.
Well, thank you, Don. I appreciate you being here.
Yeah.
Well,
no, please. You're staying the
thank you. I appreciate that. Courtney, we are thrilled to have you. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your very hectic schedule to dive into some nonsense with us.
Thanks for having me sit and listen to Michael more of my free time. I appreciate it.
I'm sorry.
Didn't quite get it this week. Had to listen to him talk about, oh, wait, we're time traveling.
Monolith.
Yeah, monolith.
But this is like forward time traveling, though. So, yeah.
Listen to me talk about the satanic panic, most likely, but probably not.
No.
All right. So there's a lot of things that we're not clear on because time travel is odd.
It's very timey-wimey.
Well, just
Wibbly-wobbly.
like Michael, we should stop dating ourselves.
I'm just so hot.
Hence the falsetto came in. Okay, so Alfred Hitchcock's new Psycho is Michael walking around the house going, "Mother, no!
Mother!
You mustn't jack off to Harry Potter."
If only Harry Potter were dead.
Why'd you turn into Yoda?
It's me, Michael. I'm going to read for the part of Snape. Please cast me in your movies.
And I will be doing the reading for Snape. No one knows. Harry Potter, 30 points from Gryffindor.
Dead you must be, or finish I will not.
And then at the producer's table, like that, you walk away from your from your casting call. They're like, I cannot believe how well he nailed that.
It's transformative. It's like, just when you thought Jack Nicholson was the only Joker ever, all of a sudden, here comes Heath Ledger. And then we all thought Alan Rickman will never be displaced as Snape. And this Michael revelation.
What he's doing is above acting. It's subverting our expectations to what acting is.
Who would have thought he would have been just an anti-charismatic man whose testicles had never dropped? I mean, the casting's brilliant.
Snape was a eunuch. Plot twist.
All right. Well, you just
smell an Oscar.
It's okay.
Oh.
J.K. Rowling will tweet about that he was a eunuch secretly, and then.
Oh
you know,
yeah, it'll happen. She'll
Yeah,
she'll retcon more stuff, or
She doesn't approve of your lifestyle, Michael. That's not going to get rid of you.
that is known.
that is very
known.
true.
In fact, I wonder if the author of this fanfic is actually secretly best friends with JK, because it would make
Bruh.
sense. It would make a lot of sense. But of course, both their husbands would have to allow them out of their boxes to go talk to each other.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Bigger.
Sorry,
Oof.
sorry,
Oh my
allegedly.
goodness.
We're not going to wait for the lawsuit to go through. So,
Right.
well, our saintly neighbors, we are so thrilled that you joined us here for yet another week and a wonderful soul-stirring installment of the Hogwarts School of Prayer and Miracles. So y'all keep coming back here every single wonderful Wednesday at 10 a.m. Mountain Time, and we will give you a bit of the learning from the Lord. So, no benediction required, because we have filled you up better than an offering plate at a Catholic Mass. I am Shane.
Thank you, Wayne. I am Joan.
Thank you, Sean, and I am Michael.
Thank you, Pikel, and I am Courtney.
And as we've proven, John can't come up with his own bits, so he just got to steal mine.
That's correct, Wayne. Thank you.
Circle gets the square, and I will mute you for the next episode, so prepare for that. Ladies and germaphobes, our thoughts and prayers go out to all of you out there.